It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is the Action Sports Jacks postgame show, sponsored by Anichar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
To quote my friend Russell Knox, that was an epic fail. Wow, what did we just watch? We just watched a game where, if you watched our pregame show, we said the Jacksonville Jaguars cannot lose this game. And they did, 13-6 to the Houston Texans. 9 straight now for Houston over Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is 0-3 against the Texans. And the Jags' promising start to the season has now gone piffed. Piffed is what it's done. P-F-F-T. Piffed is where it's gone after just you can come through. Just a terrible, terrible performance in every way, shape, or form, led by the 2 number 1 draft picks. The 2 top picks in the NFL, both, I'm not going to say it, but it came to my mind. Yes, they did. They were horrible. And look, I can't sugarcoat it any longer. I will tell you this, Jaguar fans, 22 games in, it's time to get concerned about number 16. I mean, this interception down here in the end zone is inexplainable. I mean, I don't know what it possibly could have been running through his mind on first down or second down or whatever down it was. But it wasn't third down and it wasn't fourth down. So, just an awful performance by him. We couldn't really run the ball against the Texans. Their defense out-toughed us. We were out-toughed by the Texans, which is embarrassing for a professional football player. And then when it's 13-6 or 6-6, and Trayvon Walker does what he does, are you kidding me? There are the notes. Yeah, we moved the ball some, okay? We lost the game. We scored 6 points. I don't care about those notes. Get them off my screen. Those notes mean nothing, Olivia. You're better than that, Super Bowl Liv. You should dig deeper for the story that just happened, that we just witnessed, which was the Jags getting their ass kicked by Houston, because that's what just happened. And you should find the reasons why, numerically. I'm just playing with you. You know that. But it was bad. No, I'm sorry. It was bad. It was. I can't believe what I just. This is a team that beat the Chargers and beat the Colts. And now they've lost 2 straight. And now, if I peek ahead, they go to Indy, who is coming off a win. And you can go ahead and say the Giants is a win. They're 4-1, gang. They're drawing up plays, people. They're making things happen. They fall down 20-3, and they come back. If we were down 20-3, we'd never come back. What'd you say? He's up? Oh, the schedule. Yeah, here, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, we were gonna make hay this quarter against the Texans and the Colts and the Giants and the Broncos. Yeah, we're gonna make hay. And make hay in the barn. It's gonna burn down in front of us as we once again fight for a top 5 draft pick. What in the blazes just happened? How can you not be ready to play that game? This is a crossroads game, man. This was bad in every way, shape, or form. And again, I got to put it on 16, man. That can't happen 2 weeks in a row. He needed bounce back time, and he makes some really good throws, man. He does some good things. And all right, you can put his numbers up. That's fine. But you got to be better than 50%, bro. And 286 and no touchdowns when you throw it 47 times. I mean, Davis Mills. Come on, man. Trevor. On a horrible team, you got to score 14 points, bro. And then we win. And Doug didn't help. 2 fourth downs, he goes for it. Doesn't make it either time. And a game like this, sometimes, when you get in a slugfest type, low-scoring game, that's where you got to say, okay, look, I know I want to gamble, but I'm going to take the points here. I'm just going to take the points. I'm not going to, give the ball away without getting anything. But that interception was a death blow for the Jags. And don't get me started on, what did Dameon Pierce have, Liv? Don't get me started on him. Because Gator fans everywhere know how. Yeah. And he had a run, by the way, that was reminiscent of Marshawn Lynch. 6 tackles I counted he broke. 6 tackles he broke, taking it down to the 1-yard line. And then, on that particular drive, it's 6-6, and we got him back. We got him in trouble behind the chains, and our rookie, our number 1 pick, grabs a quarterback and hurls him to the ground to get into. I guess he wanted to get into the statistics today. That was idiotic tomfoolery that you cannot do at this level, and I'm not in the mood for. We're going to learn from it and such like that. Let's listen to Doug Peterson. Better have some.
I think. Can we turn this down? I think that we've got to, as a staff, we got to figure out a way to kind of get him settled into the game. Number one, and then obviously, Trevor has to obviously make sure that he's in a good spot. And the thing is, he sees everything. He sees the field well. We just got to continue to, keep throwing. And keep putting him in situations like that. He's going to get better. He will get better. I'm not worried about that at all. We have a lot of faith and trust in him, and he can definitely do the job. We've seen it this season. So we just got to keep working on it.
And what was your perspective on Trevor's interception in the end zone?
Well, I think he would tell you, and I'm going to tell you, you just can't do that. That deep in the red zone like that, and. It was just unfortunate, turnover right there. Just can't do it when when you're about to score.
Where does Trayvon Walker's ragdoll throwdown there rank in terms of maybe even all of the boneheaded mistakes you've seen guys do?
Again, it's just those are unacceptable. Plays that come up, and I keep telling the guys that a game usually comes down to 3 to 5 plays, and you just never know which ones are going to be those plays. And Trevor's interception late, that penalty late in the game like that. I mean, those are hard to overcome. And just again, they're all valuable lessons for us as a staff to teach and correct and a lot like the week before, Tyson running into the kicker in Philly, and just those are all moments where. We can't take things, upon ourselves. We just got to go do our jobs.
Did Trayvon apologize in the locker room after the game or anything like that?
I don't know.
Doug, do you have a good sense when you walk out there on game day after the last 2 weeks what you're going to get out of Trevor?
I do. I really do. I feel comfortable and confident. He always has a good week of preparation. And he's always in a good spot and. So I feel good, when we go out there and the way we start the game and the openers and just, again, it's just, how we start. And that's part of the quarterback too, getting him comfortable and settled down into the game to where he can get himself into a rhythm.
Is he being too aggressive at times and not taking some of those shorter throws to check down?
Well, I mean, this was a, if you're looking at the game, this is a cover 2 game today by Houston, and they played extremely well. That's a staple of Lovie Smith, and their defense played it extremely well. There are some opportunities, as checkdowns, but at the same time, until I go back and watch this game, it's hard to say. If a couple of times we did try to check it down, we dropped them too. So there's some plays being left out on the field.
Hey, Coach, we know what type of defensive mind Lovie Smith has been in this league for a very long time. What did he present specifically to you guys today that made it so difficult, and especially in terms of converting on 3rd down and in the red zone?
Yeah, he's he comes from the traditional 4-3 style of defense, playing that cover 2, the old Tampa Bay scheme back in the day, and he's got his guys flying around. That's what that's what I saw on tape all week. Is this is a guy or a team that plays extremely hard. A lot like our guys. I mean, they play extremely hard, and a style of defense where those guys they're executing it well. And you got to look at their 5 games now, or their 4 games leading up to this. I mean, they were pretty much in every football game, and with chances to win. So, this is a good football team that came in here, and I still believe we're a good football team. And, it just comes down to execution and just understanding, where you need to be on any given play.
Hey, Coach, how do you help a young quarterback develop consistency? You've seen the highs for 2 weeks in a row, and then now you're seeing kind of lows for back-to-back weeks. How do you help Trevor?
You keep working. You don't pull back and you don't add on. You just keep working every single day. That's the only way you get through it. And we've got a lot of confidence in him and trust in him, and he's our guy, and we're gonna keep working through it. We're gonna work through it together, and he'll be better. He'll be better down the road for it.
Hey Doug, it seemed like Travis was having a pretty good first half, I think around 60 yards. What happened in the second half? Why wasn't he able to get the ball in his hands a little bit more? And would you have liked to see the run more aggressively rather than passing?
Yeah, that's on me. Play caller. Got to call more plays to him. But yeah, we'll figure that out.
How much can that take off the pressure in terms of Lawrence? When he's having that kind of day, how much can having that run game take the pressure off of him?
Sure. I mean, you run the ball, it can take the pressure off of your whole team. Yep.
Hey, Coach, also in reference to the running game again, you had some good success with that in the first half, especially in that second quarter. What made you kind of go away from that in the second half, or was it something that they adjusted to at halftime?
That's on me. I got to call more runs.
Doug, in terms of other than Trayvon Walker's penalty, what did you see out of your defense? It seemed like a pretty strong effort from that group.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they played well. Gosh, that long drive they had, there were some missed tackles on that one, but I thought overall, kept us in the football game, and did some nice things. There's still some things we got to clean up, and these guys battle. They play hard, and they're physical. It's a physical group. They cleaned up some of the mistakes from a week ago, but we still have some work to do, and we got to get some stuff corrected.
Did they do a really good job defensively to take him away, Christian Kirk, or do you have a reason as to why Christian?
Really not until I look at the tape to see, but other than that, it's hard to tell until we get back to looking at it.
Doug, the interception right there after halftime, or right there at the start of the third quarter, how much does that take out of just the momentum, the intensity, or whatever? How much does that take out of a team when you feel like you're down there, about ready to take the lead, and it just doesn't happen?
Still there's a lot of football game left, and so it's unfortunate. We know we can't do that, but there was no waiver. Our guys were confident. They felt good even going back out on the field. Defense was obviously putting it kind of back on them to get a stop, but I mean it could take a little bit out, but for the most part, our guys did a nice job of staying in there and staying together and sort of rebounding after that.
You mentioned some drops earlier. I think there were 5 last week too. Maybe is that playing on maybe Trevor's mind a little bit at this point? No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, no.
Hey, Coach, we've talked a lot about the confidence in this group early in the season. How do you keep the confidence on this team high now that the back-to-back losses?
I mean, you just go back to work, and you entrust these guys with a lot, and we ask a lot of them, and you just keep working, and you keep putting them in these situations, and they're gonna learn. We're all gonna learn together, and we'll be stronger and better for it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Getting their picture on the field.
All right, that's Doug Peterson saying nothing that I like to hear at all. I'm emotional right now. I'm angry. I'm flabbergasted at the performance by the Jags today, and I'm sure he is too to some extent. And yeah, he's not going to say, hey, wait a minute now, we're concerned about Trevor Lawrence, but we are. We are. You are. They are. Everybody should be. He's not playing well enough. We need to see the strides. We saw it earlier in the year, and all of a sudden now based on what's happened against Philadelphia and Houston, we have not seen it, and it's a big reason why the Jags have suddenly lost 2 straight and have fallen to 2 and 3. He should be the least of our worries. The least of our worries. Did we sack it? Yeah, we sacked Davis Mills when we blitzed him, right? We had 2 linebackers come up the middle, and Aluakon and Lloyd got him. Other than that, our front 4, got their butts handed to them. Our offensive line couldn't generate any creases for our running backs. Christian Kirk has gone on a milk carton. What's happened to him? He had 1 catch today for 5 yards. Last week he was terrible. All of a sudden now 2 weeks, we're trying to force him the ball and get him open. Hey, it's one of those things where, the first 3 weeks it was good. Second 2 games, not so good. Who's up? Liv. Oh, okay. Trevor's top weapons. Yeah, ETN ran good. 10 carries for 71 yards. James Robinson not so good. But we got away from ETN. We had some nice plays for him early, like 2 or 3 in a row, and then we didn't get back to him. Marvin Jones Jr., 7 catches for 104 yards. Evan Ingram, 6 for 69. So those 2 guys stepped up, but guys, we need more from that. Man. When was the last time we hit a deep ball? A deep ball. Not a 30-yarder, but a vertical 60-yard touchdown pass. And then that last throw by Trevor, I'm sure it slipped out of his hands, but my gosh, dude. You got to give us a chance. Throw it up in the end zone. You're Trevor Lawrence. You're throwing the ball from the 45-yard line. I need a 45-yard throw is all I need. I didn't get it. What I got was disappointment today, and I got the Jaguars now 2 and 3, and me left pondering if they're going to be they're not. Listen, Vegas odds will be changing a lot tomorrow on who's going to win the AFC South. I guess that's just the best way to put it. And Peterson was right about one thing. Football games at the NFL level come down to plays, 3 or 4 plays in a game. And that pick right there, that Trayvon Walker play, are 2 of the big plays that happened that really damaged the Jags' chances of winning. Did you say we have Marvin Jones Jr. live? Let's roll that right now. Brent with Marvin Jones Jr., 7 catches, 104 yards today for the grizzled veteran.
Marvin, you guys, the first month, you felt good about yourselves, what you guys were doing. I think you kind of felt that even after the loss last week. You got to be careful this one doesn't sting too much so you don't lose some of that confidence.
We still feel good about ourselves. I think that's what makes it sting the most, just because we know who we are as a team. And I think, and I can speak for everybody, players and coaches, that that's never going to falter. And I think we do know who we are, but we didn't get this one. And we got to look and see, what happened and how it happened and get better from it. That's all we could do. But 100% we still know that, we are a good team.
Marv, are you able to put a finger on why you guys never got into a rhythm?
Well, when you get down to the red zone, we have to capitalize. I know that's a thing that we work real hard on. And just those opportunities, we have to have those opportunities. But we have to see the film and see what happened. But I think we definitely had a hand in it, had a big hand in it, and we just need to fix it.
Marvin, what's the key to the last 2-minute drives? Making those things work that you guys have had. I think you've been 3 situations this year where you had the chance just come up empty.
Yeah, well, just execute. Regardless of how tired you are, or what's going on. It's just all about execution and getting the plays, getting the information, and executing. So that's pretty much it. We practice on it. That's something that we practice on and feel good about. But came up short, just like we came up short this pretty much this whole game. So we'll look at it and we'll change.
Was there a part of this you look up at the scoreboard? I don't know if you looked at the stats, but you guys are going up and down the field a bit. But then you look up and you got 6 points. Was it a game that felt like you actually were doing more things than the scoreboard indicated?
Yeah, we were doing what we're doing. There's a lot of points in the game where we had our flow, and you could see it, and but we weren't scoring. So no matter doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter how many yards you have. I don't know how many yards they have, but they have more points than us. So that's really all that matters. And we want to be the team, that we know we are, that could go up and down the field and capitalize in the red zone. So, that'll be something that we work hard on. We have been working hard on, and I know we're good at it. So, we let this one go, but that's why we have another Sunday. So we'll go back and do what we do.
All right, I got to do this. I'm sorry, and I don't mean any disrespect towards anybody in the organization, but blah, 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 yada, 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 this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm so tired of listening to sound from players and coaches telling me that, hey, it's all right, we got another Sunday. Hey, this was a game you do not lose. This is a game where you have a chance to go 2-0 in the division. You're playing the worst freaking team in the division who doesn't have one win yet. 0-3-1. You're at home. You're back home. It's a beautiful day. You go out, you play good football, you get the win, and then you start pointing towards a tough one next week. And I'll go back to something else that annoys me, and that's the 2-minute drive. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, Lawrence. All right, you got us to the 50. We got plenty of time. And then Trevor misses guys that are open. He's throwing to the wrong guys. We'll break it down tonight at Action Sports Jacks Primetime, those throws, because I want to look at those. You have Trayvon Walker. Play it. He's got some explaining to do.
Did you think you lost it?
Just playing ball.
Did you know if they called it on the excessive nature of throwing in the ground or the after the whistle?
I don't know.
Trayvon, how would you evaluate the defense's run defense, knowing last week there were some struggles? Obviously, I know Davian scored a touchdown, but holding the run defense up until that final drive to what you guys did, how would you evaluate it?
Self-inflicted wounds across the board.
Trayvon, how do you process this? Obviously, you've made some good plays. It's a young career. It's only 5 games old, but does that one sting you the way it unfolded today?
It's a learning experience. Ain't nobody perfect.
How about the game overall? I know you guys feel like you're good, but now it's two in a row, and how much does this one sting in particular in the division?
We're just looking to keep chopping. We got to see them again and go keep working to get better.
What was Doug's message to the team after that one?
Exactly what I just said, just keep working to get better. Self-inflicted wounds.
Do you sense this room's a little angry?
Definitely. It should be.
Wow. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. They're just not asking you to make an idiotic mistake. I mean, my gosh, man, come on. Ay. I know it's a, high-speed, violent football game, but holy cow, man. Not in that moment. Do it somewhere else. Not in that moment. Trayvon Walker talking about what happened today. Look, the defense was fine overall. Gave up 13 points. All right? 13 points. This one hangs on Lawrence in the offense. Now, they gave him a big assist at the end with that stupid penalty, which allowed Dameon Pierce to have a tremendous run, show a little more heart than all the Jaguar players seem to have today, and allowed Jacksonville to lose this football game. Totally unacceptable, very frustrating, and nobody should be happy about it. Now, there's some truth to the NFL. The season's not over. You go back to work, but I've lost confidence in this football team, as many of you have now. A couple weeks ago, we were sitting there at 2-1. We are now no longer in first place. It was a nice run, ladies and gentlemen. It was a nice run, but it's over. Tennessee has now passed us by as we look at the AFC South standings. Stuart, bring him over here. Yeah, look at that. 3-2, 2-3, 2-2-1, 1-3-1. Wonderful. Jags at the Colts next week for a big second-place battle. Holy cow. What has happened to our ball club in 2 short weeks? Did we get fat and happy? Nah, that can't be it. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. And, Liv, can I wrap up the show now? I'm going to start saying things I shouldn't say. Are we waiting for... We got no Trevor. It's 4:37. I feel good about what I've said. We'll be back tonight at Action Sports Jax Prime Time to break it all down for you. Right now, I hate the Jags, and you should too. Man, oh man, come on! What was that? Hopefully we bounce back next Sunday on the road in Indy, and we'll see you tonight at 6 and on Action Sports Jax Prime Time. Those are your teasers as we look ahead. Have a good day, and we'll see you tonight. I'm out. Hicken out. Ugh.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. On game day, all of Duval knows where to go for all things Jags.
CBS 47 and Fox 30, your official station of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come on, you see the logo. We official, babe.
Exclusive interviews.
From the studio to the sideline. Now that's official.
And in the locker rooms.
Yep, we're that official.
Join the official station of your Jaguars for Countdown to Kickoff. Sunday at 11:30 on CBS 47. Brought to you by your local Ford dealers.